It's Lupac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pop,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lupac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lupac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lupac, baby.
Burn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lupac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lupac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lupac,
Go, go, Lupac, go, 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 Lupac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch, hey,
two times for the coldest,
bitch, hey,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lupac,
Bitch. One time for Lupac, baby.
hey,
Two times for Lupac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lupac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lupac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor.
Go Lupac, go, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, baby. Two times for Lupac, baby.
That's right,
Three times for Lupac, baby.
turn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up. It's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon form is going to profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up, hold up.
Hold up.
It's Lupac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pop,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lupac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lupac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lupac, baby.
Burn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lupac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lupac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lupac,
Go, go Lupac, go, go, go Lupac, go.
put it on the floor, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch, hey,
two times for the coldest,
bitch, hey,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lupac,
Bitch. One time for Lupac, baby.
hey,
Two times for Lupac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lupac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lupac, baby. voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot, energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe. That's right, go. Three time for Lupac, babe. Turn up, fuck it up, it's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon form is going to profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hey, Pox Squad, we back in the fold. Back with another one. Shout out to y'all. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Mother Monday. What's up, y'all? I had to gather myself, okay? I had to, get some nutrition in the body. And, I took a little rest, a little 1-2. I was looking at some different receipts and things and such in my dawn voice. Shout out to y'all. Let me see who we got in here. It's a lot of people live right now. I probably should have did my live later, but I said, let me get it out the way. Let me get it out the way because this is live number 2. I done already did one for my saga people. That one was, God, on the floor, okay? Because it was something major. Shout out to my saga people. What I call y'all? My Sagians or my saganers. All right, let me see who we got in here so we can drop these receipts, baby. Hey, sweet queen, my love, Miss Yolanda, Eric, Enlighten Aura for you. Shout out to Gemini. Hey, Miss Mel Mel, subsequently, my bro Terry, copyright. We need that because we're going to be playing these receipts. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as a criticism, comment, news report, and teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Matter of fact, I forgot to share my live. Hold on, y'all. Make sure y'all sharing it too, okay? Let me share it real quick. Let me share it on my community wall. Give me a second. Hold up. Because we got, what's his name? Not his name. We got Karmelo's ex-employed and spoke out. And we got a secret audio of Daddy Metcalf, child. Ooh, listen. Okay, hold on. Let me see. All right, I done shared it. Let me see. We got Miss Stephanie. We got Scorpio in the building. We got, let me see. Let me go down. We got Red Beat in this thing. We got Miss Tina. We got Miss Renita. We got Tennessee Whiskey. Shout out to you, my love. Hey, Miss Amanda. Hey, Savy. Thank you, Tennessee, for my first firework. Hey, Queen Love Mail. Hey, Miss Jackie, Miss Patrina. We got Miss Crystal. We got Christina Lovecat. We got Miss Letitia. We got Nati in this thing. We got T Stanley. We got Michaela. We got Cancer 66. We got Andrea in the building. We got No More Drama. I don't know if I said Sweet Queen, but shout out to you and all my beautiful minds holding it down, period. We got Miss Blaze. We got Miss Belria. Shout out to all the new names. I see y'all. I see all the new people coming through. Hey, Free. You said, hey, Lupac, baby, if it's one thing you gonna do is keep you updated on nephew. Hashtag free Karmelo. And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a part of our content now. We gotta keep it going, y'all, because I feel like you get the most results when you're loud. If they start getting quiet, it's just gonna be pushed under the rug like any other injustice. Okay. Um. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Let me go down. Let me go down. Hey, Sapphire Virgo. Hey, Miss Lavada. Table in the building. We got Leah. We got Candy Girl Pink. We got Miss Michelle. We got Tokyo in this thing. Miss Fila, my love. Thank you, Miss Michelle, for that firework. I appreciate you. Hey, Christina. She said, sorry, Lupac, I got to renew my membership. I'll do it after this live. Thank you, my love. Thank you for your support. Hey, Miss Katrina. We got Church One Time, Miss Angela D, Sweetly Favored. We got Boss Lady. Shout out to everybody that's in here, and we're gonna do a collective hey to anybody else that comes through. Okay. If you would like to donate to your girl monetarily, you can cash at me at $Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people. You can also support the platform via super chat or super sticker, aka a firework. Y'all know the vibes. I always set a little goal. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it is greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. You can also support me by getting a membership. Shout out to the green teams, the OGs, the newbies, and the in-betweens. Y'all know who y'all are, baby. Shout out to the Pac Squad. Make sure y'all watching them ads. Please hit that like button. At the end of this live, hype your girl up. Y'all know the vibes. And if y'all hear a little sound, that's my neck fan. Okay. We in Louisiana and it's hot. I'm hot in the house, baby. Okay. So that's what that is. Hopefully y'all can't hear it. Did you see BB Live? No, ma'am. I listen. I don't even go to her lives. The only time I do commentary, when I get my commentary, my receipts, that is sent to me via sources. Other than that, I do not go on her channel. Okay? Listen, I cannot take it. I cannot take it. So anything she did after the fact, outside of the little clips from the early one that I got, I didn't see none of that. So if she did a live just now or recently or anything like that, I have not seen it. I was resting and relaxing for this live, y'all. It's just content, okay? It's not personal for me. That's it. That's all. I do not entertain these people like they would want y'all to believe. All that, oh, they obsessed. Child. If you would see what I do in my spare time, it never gave obsessed at all. It's only business. It's never personal. It's never personal. All right. So, you say yes, so very true. Keep Mello's name alive. Facts. Hey, dark and lovely. RGN Jerry, how you doing, my love? Jazzy in the building. Okay, y'all. So let's get it crack-a-lack. So let me see. Let me go to her page. They got a lady on Facebook that been doing her big one. Where she getting the receipts from, I don't know. But you know, when you got a large platform, people tend to reach out, right? Whether it's anonymous or, you know, out in the open, intentional. So she been getting them receipts though. Let me type her in because she's the one who dropped it. Oh, hold on. Here she go. Here she go. All right. Let me see, y'all. Let me pull up the first one. We're going to do the employer first. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Let me get my earphones. Let me get my earphones on. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Let me message my friend back real quick. When I get off. All right. My phone be going crazy when I'm on live. Let me share the screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at.
He was
Let's pause it. You say, Lupa, can you do some content on the 18-year-old Nolan that was on the boat with 3 white boys? They found his body today. I seen the headlines about that situation, y'all. I try not to, cause somebody asked me to do content in my other live about, I think, a 4-year-old little girl. I'm not sure the situation, but y'all, my schedule be hectic. It's hard for me to keep up with, the 2 topics that I'm covering. Okay. Like, even with Karmelo, I just went head first. I had to make myself be consistent because I be so busy in real life. Y'all got to keep in mind, YouTube is secondary for me. So I've been pushing it. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to bring some other stuff. Like, my channel is not really a crime or, that type of channel where unaliving is involved. But when it came down to Carmelo's situation, I felt compelled because it's relatable, because I feel like it could be any one of our sons, right? And even within the Latrue saga, we was advocating for RH because he could have been a uncle. He couldn't have been my son because he older than me, but a uncle, a dad, a family member, just a black man, period. So they're kind of relative in a sense when it comes to advocacy, but it differs, of course. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to bring, some other stuff. I just don't like to spread my time even further. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try, y'all. I'm gonna see how that story goes, because typically with those stories, they, one and done. And I like to kind of focus on stuff that sticks around for a while. Like, so many people speaking on Carmelo's situation is crazy. He getting a lot of support, and rightfully so. All right. So this right here, y'all, this is Carmelo Anthony's hiring manager at Foot Locker. Now, most of you guys know Carmelo had 2 jobs. He had a job at Foot Locker, and I think he had a job at HEB, the grocery store. Don't quote me, but I think the other one was at HEB. So the hiring manager who hired him at Foot Locker came out and spoke on somebody's podcast. That's what we finna listen to. She's gonna speak on his character. All right, let's go.
a very good employee. He was actually very shy, which is why I used to tease him all the time about him playing football. I'm like, dude, you're scared of your shadow. How are you trying to tell me you play football? And he'd always be like, I promise I'm good. I'm good. Like, he was a good young man. Like, I don't know this other personality that people speak of. That's why I've never really gone on any platform to say anything. But the more hatred and the more vitriol that I see going forward, then people have to speak up for him. And I am a grown woman. I am 57 years old. This was a young man that worked for me. Anybody that worked for me always knew how tough I was. I was not easy on my employees. Karmelo was one of the sweetest kids that ever worked for me. And he will tell you to this day, I used to get on to him all the time, being on time. Miss Kim, I'm running late from practice. And then we got this camaraderie. He worked hard. He was so excited about prom. He was so excited about college. And the things that people say about him just upset me. And I'm sorry for sounding emotional, but the kid is a good kid, and just keep praying that the truth will be revealed. Like I said, there's a lot of alleged things that were said. One of his coworkers was at the track meet that day, but again, the things that she told me was alleged. So that's neither here or there, but I have no doubt in my mind it was self-defense. And I don't care what anybody says. I was around Karmelo for over 1.5 years, and I saw him grow as a 16-year-old to a 17-year-old. So I know that he would never do something unless he was absolutely scared. Honestly, it's just the whole situation has made me sick to my stomach because I know this kid. I know this kid that I hired. He was a very good employee. He was actually very shy, which is why I used to tease him all the time about him playing football. I'm like, dude, you're scared of your shadow. How are you trying to?
Okay, let me pause it and then I'm gonna run it back, y'all. But this speaks volumes. The fact that, and she's in that area, and you can tell, yeah, listen, you could tell that that's a white lady talking. Okay, if you know, you know. If you know how to differentiate between voices, you can tell that manager is a white lady. Okay, I'm not trying to sound. Y'all know they try to say, "Oh, they racist." Baby, that's a white lady talking. Period. Point blank. But you could tell even in the with the emotion in her voice, man, this is sad, y'all. Like, and the fact that she was even brave enough to come out and speak because they are doing the most behind this situation. They are doing the most behind, people doxing people, trying to get people's jobs. And it reminds me of the saga, the early stages of the saga when they was doxing people and doing all of these things. Like, it makes people not want to speak out. People be too scared. And this is why I said, when it comes to this situation in due time, more and more people will be speaking out, y'all. More and more people will be speaking out because, over time, as it die down a little bit, they're gonna start speaking out because it ain't gonna be as intense, right? It's starting to, I ain't gonna say it's died down because a lot of people still talking about it right now, but it's not as intense as it was before. Okay. But the fact that that lady came out and spoke speaks major volumes. It's just so unfortunate that the defense attorney didn't try to get any of these people to speak in court on Karmelo's behalf. That's the saddest part about it. Like, he had a lot of people. I remember hearing on somebody's platform, I can't remember vividly, but somebody went live on TikTok and they had a clip where, one of Austin's supporters, their panel full of supporters, they was literally clowning and laughing about Karmelo not having support or anybody to attest to his character in court. And the fact that it's not that he don't have it, it's the fact that his ineffective assistance of counsel didn't bring or call anybody to come in on his behalf outside of his mother. We all know parents, listen, that's not going to be viewed the same as a manager, right? Because it's no relation. So them speaking or attesting to your character is differently because this is someone who is not related to you. They don't have no vested interest. So it's just so sad. And I hope more and more and more continue to speak out on this baby's behalf. Let's run it one more time. And thank y'all for the gifts in the chat. I appreciate you guys' support. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. We got 174 in the building. Please hit the like button. And if you would like to bless my channel, you can support my goal that's set in the chat also. Thank y'all. Love y'all. All right, let's keep going. Let's play one more time. Then we're going to get to that secret audio of Jeff as.
Tell me you play football, and he'd always be.
Hold on, let's go back.
He was a very good employee. He was actually very shy, which is why I used to tease him all the time about him playing football. I'm like, dude, you're scared of your shadow. How are you trying to tell me you play football? And he'd always be like, I promise I'm good. I'm good. Like, he was a good young man. Like, I don't know this other personality that people speak of. That's why I've never really gone on any platform to say anything. But, the more hatred and the more vitriol that I see going forward, then people have to speak up for him. And I am a grown woman. I am 57 years old. This was a young man that worked for me. Anybody that worked for me always knew how tough I was. I was not easy on my employees. Karmelo was one of the sweetest kids that ever worked for me. And he will tell you to this day, I used to get on to him all the time, being on time. Miss Kim, I'm running late from practice. And then we got this camaraderie. He worked hard. He was so excited about prom. He was so excited about college. And the things that people say about him just upset me. And I'm sorry for sounding emotional, but the kid is a good kid. And just keep praying that the truth will be revealed. Like I said, there's a lot of alleged things that were said. One of his coworkers was at the track meet that day, but again, the things that she told me was alleged. So that's neither here or there. But I have no doubt in my mind it was self-defense. And I don't care what anybody says. I was around Karmelo for over a year and a half, and I saw him grow as a 16-year-old to a 17-year-old. So I know that he would never do something unless he was absolutely scared. Honestly, it's just the whole situation has made me sick to my stomach because I know this kid. I know this kid that I hired. He was a very good employee. He was actually
Okay. And shout out to that manager again, because that took a lot of courage to come out and speak. Because y'all know one thing about these social media detectives, baby, they be finding people. Okay, they be finding people, and it's just sad. It's just overall sad. And now, y'all, some more tea that didn't hit the Karmelo situation is now you got people coming out and providing receipts to show that the state representative in Texas, Pat Fallon, his son was allegedly in a well, I ain't even gonna say allegedly because he was on the roster. I seen the roster. I actually have their receipt. He was in attendance for that track meet also. Notice he's been very, very vocal about the Karmelo situation since April 2025. And a lot of people have a lot of questions surrounding why his vocability. Like, why are you so vocal surrounding something that technically does not have anything to do with you? And when typically people of a high political status, they don't, really speak out on these type of situations unless they're impelled to based on public outrage and stuff like that. But he's making it very, very personal with the statements he then came out and said. Oh yeah, he even put that first judge. Remember that first judge that Karmelo had who lowered his bond was a black lady judge, and she had to recuse herself due to threats, doxing, and all of that. Y'all, they put that lady in harm's way because she did her job by giving a bond reduction, which is standard. He had no criminal background and he was a 17-year-old kid when it happened. They give the worst of the worst bond reductions. And y'all mad about that lady giving a kid a bond reduction? Like, make it make sense, right? So that state representative, he put her in her name and everything on his platform, y'all, and said he was going to make it his business to see that she loses in the next election for judge. Now you gotta have some big kahunas. You gotta know you got a little stroke, a little power to even make that type of statement. Imagine a state representative. If that was a black state representative, they would have had his job for making a statement like that. They would have been trying to vote his ass out of office immediately for making a statement. Like, if it was a black man saying that about a white judge, let alone a white judge female, oh yeah, they would have did everything in their power to see that he lost his spot. It's just so sad how they quick to say, oh, this ain't about race. It ain't never been. Child bye. Listen. But yeah, y'all, they digging into it. They connecting all the dots. If that was exactly, shout out to Jasmine Kobe. If that was Jasmine Crockett, oh yeah, they would have had, yeah, they would have blackballed her. They already blackballed her. If you know, you know. If you know anything about the politics and things, that happened with Jasmine, look how they did her with her political seat. So that alone speaks volumes. But they connecting all the dots, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Christopher King. We're gonna take a little stroll over his page after we listen to Jeff's recording. Now, I don't know if y'all been keeping up. Let me go into the next one. Hold on. Let me go into the next audio. Let's see. She should have it on this page. I think this is it right here. Let's pause it real quick. I don't know if y'all familiar with Bishop Eli, right? Bishop Eli is well, he was the pastor for the Anthony family. I'm pretty sure he's still their pastor, but he has a close relation with the Anthony family. He's real close with Carmelo's dad, and he's been very vocal. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. One second, y'all. One second. Okay, I had got a message. My bad. Um, Bishop Eli has been very, very vocal about the Carmelo situation because, he knows them personally. He knows Carmelo personally. He knows the whole family. He's been their pastor, I mean, their bishop, like I said, and he's been speaking out. He spoke out on multiple platforms, including his own. He was on Freeze's platform not that long ago. He was on Lakeisha Keisha's platform just a couple days ago. And, I remember him stating that he had recorded Jeff, that he had an audio of a phone conversation him and Jeff had. This is that phone conversation. Okay? This is that phone conversation. So y'all about to hear what they talked about on the phone. Let go.
Listen, please, for 1 second. They both were in the wrong. It could have been handled differently. It wasn't handled properly.
Let's pause it right there because he cooking already. You just heard the father, Jeff, state they both were in the wrong. It wasn't handled correctly. It could have been handled differently. Why he can't say that publicly? Why when he come out public? See, people, this is why I always say, never judge what a person says. Not me, not don't never judge. Don't take it with a grain of salt when it's publicly done, because notice how this is a private conversation and their attitude is completely different. Oh, now it's both can be held accountable, right? If he would have had this tone right here, just that first little part, if he would have had that tone speaking out publicly, people would have way more sympathy for him instead of all of that racist rhetoric and stuff he's been spewing that's literally causing a divide and making people look at him differently and not like his ass. If he would have been speaking this type of rhetoric with unity and accountability on both ends. And that's why I told y'all I don't always touch stories where unalivings happen or somebody's deceased, because it's human nature for people to side with the deceased because they are no longer here. People tend to block out all evidence, all receipts when someone loses their life, not even looking at the fact that they could have caused it. They could have caused it, and that's not fair. You can't do that. That's why self-defense exists in law, like in the legal system. It exists for a reason, because someone could very well be attacking you, and then you have to defend yourself, and then they're no longer here. That does not make them a victim just because they lost their life. The victim is the person that had to defend themselves, in my opinion. That's the victim. If you came causing me trouble and I wasn't looking for it, and you put me in a position of having to defend myself, even with whether it's with my hands or with a weapon, whatever, I'm the victim. I'm the victim because I wasn't bothering you. I wasn't bringing you bodily harm or trying to cause you no bodily harm. You brought that my way. So that's why I look at that differently, and I try to focus on the facts, y'all. And that's why I don't touch too many stories like that, because, like I said, it's human nature for people to roll with their emotions over the facts when an unaliving takes place. Okay? Unless it's a situation of grape or a PDF file or registered vehicle, something like that, then yeah, they don't care what happened to that person. But if it's something different, no, people don't be wanting to They don't want to look at all the facts. So let's keep going and hear what else Mr. Metcalf had to say, baby.
So
Let's start it over.
it ain't no self. Please, for 1 second. Okay. They both were in the wrong. It could have been handled differently. It wasn't handled properly. So my son, I'm not saying he was a saint.
Oh, y'all heard that? He said, "My son." I'm not saying he was a saint, but that's that's literally what has been presented on social media. Remember? He was a leader. He was a stand-up student. His mom said he was always the bigger person to jump in and do the right thing. But the dad in private is saying, "I'm not saying my son was a saint, but you didn't express that publicly." I personally feel like that's the first sign of healing. When you can accept what happened, the real truth, and accept accountability, then that's the first sign of real true healing. Imagine, because they know what really happened, y'all. Don't be fooled. The mom and the dad know, along with all those people who had a hand in railroading and setting Karmelo up, they know what happened with this situation, and they gonna all have to deal with this for the rest of their lives, or at least until that baby get out of jail. And even then, they gonna have to deal with this. And that's why I say I hope their guilty conscience eat their ass up and they can't sleep at night until they fold and come tell the truth. I hope and pray, because I feel like nobody who can just willfully do something like this to this magnitude, knowing somebody's life is on the line. Because guess what? Even though Austin is gone, Karmelo's still here, but Karmelo's life is still on the line as well. He had plans. He was going to college. You heard the manager from Foot Locker say he was looking forward to prom, looking forward to graduation, all of that. He had got scholarships for college, for football, over 20 scholarships, two including football scholarships. Like, he wasn't looking for no trouble on April 2nd, 2025. You can tell just by his background. A child, statistically, a child with that type of background is not looking for issues. They're not willfully trying to throw their whole future away. That's not how that goes. Hey, Calm. Hey, sister. That's not how they go, y'all. And it's sad.
Can I ask you something, please? Yes, sir. Go ahead. With you, please, because I want to make sure I appreciate you sharing it with me. Sure, Cat. Let's be honest. Did he have to make the boy say anything to the boy? I just wish he never said nothing. I'm just being honest. Hindsight's 2020. We all wish it was handled differently. Yes, I agree. Trust me, my son would still be alive if it was handled differently.
Oh, y'all heard what Jeff said? Jeff said my son would still be alive if it was handled differently. He said, I think we all can agree if it was handled differently, my son would still be alive. Imagine if he had that attitude publicly, the support he would get. Imagine that, y'all. How is it that he can admit to that behind the scenes, but publicly they paint Karmelo as just this monstrous kid? This ain't no grown man. We all know that, teenagers, their brains ain't even fully developed yet. They supposed to be handled differently legally, period. That's why I don't agree with that whole charging teenage 17-year-olds as adults, because mentally that's two totally different levels. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't be held accountable for their actions. Do not twist my words, because they still know right from wrong. But mentally, the thought process of when you in a spur of a moment situation, if you look at statistics, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be totally different. That's crazy to me.
Because it didn't make sense to me. Even if he didn't, once he said, touch me, I would have left it on right there. When you went before, I'm going to touch you and show you, I hope that's not what happened. But if he did say, that's exactly what he said. Touch me and see what happens. Okay, and then when he touched me, right, he said this. afterwards. I believe that. I wish your son, when he made that statement.
And I don't believe that, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Karmelo said, touch me and see what happens. Everything that they are, if it came from a witness, we already know those witnesses were coerced, right? We already know they lied, period. And that's my opinion based on what I've seen thus far. I don't believe nothing they said that Karmelo said because it does not line up with the situation. It don't. If you put one kid, right? You got a kid who's a damn near straight A student. They don't come from the hood. They're not a thug. They come from a two-parent household, got two jobs, getting scholarships, or then save the life another kid from drowning. You cannot tell me that that baby was up under that tent surrounded by all them thick ass kids talking about y'all some ussies and y'all suck ass and touch me and see what happens. And first of all, ain't nobody, unless you really a badass and you think like a badass, you ain't finna be provoking nothing when you know you surrounded and the odds are against you. If anything, you're trying to say things to get out of that situation. Because what I believe, and like I said, I'm lining what I'm saying. My opinion is based on what was set up out there, the narrative of what it was. He was surrounded by all those kids, right? If the issue was just about Karmelo being there, why when Karmelo ran, finally was able to run and get loose, and you could tell by that spliced up video the prosecution put out that he was in a stage of urgency and panic, because remember, when he got to the top of the canopy, he looked both ways. That's him trying to see the easiest route to get away from those thugs that was under that canopy. And he ran for dear life. And guess what happened? They started chasing him. And they didn't even until they stopped chasing when they realized Austin was hurt. So that let us know right there, it was never about him just sitting under their canopy. Because if it was, once he ran, nobody would have ran after him. And don't say, oh, it's because Austin was poked, because guess what? Even Hunter said he didn't realize Austin was poked at first. He didn't even see it. Hunter said that when he whipped his head around, he didn't see the poking at first. And we could play his audio all day long. Hunter was front and center for the entire situation because he was the first provocateur. He was the first aggressor. He literally confronted Karmelo first. Regardless of what they say, Hunter said that out of his own mouth. So he was front and center for the entire thing. So if he didn't see the poking happen, you know damn well the other kids didn't see it. They none seen it. They lied. They just assumed that's when it happened. You gotta pay attention to the play on words and the way they testify. You have to pay attention to the play on the words and the way they testify. Most of those kids said that, and we know, according to Queen Sheba and some others that was in court, it was stated off the record that Karmelo was in a headlock. And I'm gonna show y'all a picture, y'all. Why? Shout out to Lakeisha Keisha, because I got it off of her platform. But why a video editor was able to clear up the image some, even though the faces are still distorted, you can see Karmelo in the headlock. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all that image. But it was said in court that, and I'm thinking that's true because none of them were able to see the poking happen. They was even like, it was one kid who didn't even realize the color of the poker. They lied, y'all. They lied when they say they seen the poking. Or let me see. Let me try to think verbatim. It was something along the lines of Austin snatched his backpack, and then when Austin went in to push, quote unquote, that's when the poking happened. They don't know that. And you can tell by the spliced up video that they don't know when the poking happened, because when Karmelo took flight to run, most of them started running behind him. And then when Austin yelled out, I think I've been stabbed, and picked up his shirt, that's when majority, half of them turned back around to go assist him. That's literally what happened. So you gotta make it make sense. Like, even with them manipulating the video, if you're smart and you know how to put 2 and 2 together, you can still put 2 and 2 together. Okay? Hey Luna. Hey my love. All right, let's keep going, y'all.
I would have left it alone. No, that's what I would. But then he moved his backpack. I said, I'll tell you more. Okay. He moved his backpack. He said, punch me and see what happens.
Hey, notice Jeff said he moved his backpack. He's talking about Austin, because in the other, if y'all remember, Jeff did an interview with the news and said that Austin grabbed Karmelo's backpack. He said he grabbed it. Now, he was careful with his words. He didn't say he snatched it, even though we know he snatched it. Ain't no little grab in an aggressive situation. You gonna snatch some shit, okay? But he said right there, he said he moved his backpack, and then Karmelo said, touch me and see what happens. Imagine that, y'all. You can tell that is made up the way they said. You can literally tell they want it to sound good, but it's too perfect. Imagine this. Imagine Austin and Karmelo, right? They going back and forth. And then Karmelo just so happened to say, touch me and see what happens. And then Austin touches him. And then Karmelo says, punch me and see what happens. Who the hell finna say that? Like, that's too perfect. But that's the story they came up with so they can make it sound good, because they wanted to put that provocateur jacket on Karmelo, because that was a part of the sentencing, right? They needed it to seem as though he provoked the entire situation. Think about the lineup of the witnesses and what we've seen, or what we've seen thus far, even without the transcript. Damn near every witness said the same thing. And people often get it misconstrued when you think about the Me Too movement, right? In this case, you got people saying, well, all the witnesses said the same thing. Please stop getting that misconstrued to fact. As if because multiple people saying the same thing that it gotta be true. Multiple people can also be coerced. Multiple people can also be blackballed and blackmailed. Multiple people can also be scared shatless into saying a certain narrative. All of those things can be true. And these are kids. All of those witnesses had a vested interest into Austin, not Karmelo. Even the one that was supposed to be Karmelo's friend, Eddie, he even testified against Karmelo. None of those kids were Karmelo's friends. None of them, y'all. None of them. Oh, I was wondering what that was. Okay. None of them was, you said, does joining the membership also help with Lupac's goal? That's separate, Luna. That's separate, my love. It supports my channel, but it's separate. Yeah, none of those kids were cool or friends with Karmelo. Even the ones that was from the defense. Even the defense witnesses had vested interest into Austin. And I'm saying that because I seen what the news put out as far as testimony, witness testimony. You can tell by their testimony they were not Karmelo's friend. Because if they would have been testifying like they did for Austin. Okay? You could tell. None of those kids were his friends. Let's keep going.
So, to me, sir, I'm sorry, it's going to come out in court. That's provocation. That's inciting. I'm sorry. I'm not. They're going to present this told your son to punch, like provoke him to punch me and say, yes. He said, go ahead. After he said, touch me, see what happens. He said, punch me then and see what happens. He didn't punch him.
Notice Jeff is saying that with certainty, as if he'll lay his life down for what he's saying. He's speaking as if he had a first-hand account with the person on the phone. How is he so sure? He wasn't there. And then you notice, if y'all remember, when he went on that TikTok platform, spewing out all that racial rhetoric whenever he got mad, he said something completely different. I think I got that audio too. I'm gonna have to see. But he said something different. But how is he speaking as if he was there? Like, yes, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Like, sir, how you know them cheering ain't lying? Even though I feel like he helped, and this is my opinion, allegedly, with the story to make it stick. He helped his kid that's still here with his story, even though he didn't get on the stand. Okay? Because notice, it fits perfectly to victimize Austin and not hold him accountable. We know y'all not gonna say nothing that makes y'all child look bad or that could literally help Karmelo's case. Make it make sense. What parent you know gonna say anything that can help the defendants? Not now, parent. Whether they child is right, wrong, or indifferent, ain't no parent gonna say something that's gonna help their child's unaliver, alleged unaliver. It's not gonna happen. Even though he said some things, it seems that he's capable of being held accountable behind the scenes, but not publicly, child.
But I'm telling you, attorney, I know what's gonna happen. Okay, so I know both sides. I know what both sides are saying. And see what happened. Did your son walk off? What happened? No, but let me ask you. This is also when he was asked to move, since he was in the wrong place. Why didn't he get up and leave? I agree. I would have just got him left. But I'm saying.
See, that's another thing that strips accountability. They gotta get away from that. That's that entitlement right there. When he was asked to leave, why didn't he just get up and walk away? He didn't have to. That's where you go get an authoritative figure. That's true leadership. True leadership, like what Megan Metcalf said her son was, true leadership is you doing the actual right thing in a situation of aggression or alleged aggression. True leadership is avoiding physical contact and going getting a real authoritative figure, an adult, a coach. That's true leadership. Not you, if you don't move, I'm going to move your ass. That's not true leadership. That's not protecting your teammates. That's showing other kids that if you have an issue, you go to violence. Because the violence started with Austin, not Karmelo. They could say what they want, even with them lying about what Karmelo said, because I don't believe he said that. That child was too scared when he ran off, and he ran into the coach's arms, bawling, crying. Ain't no way in hell he was provoking what happened. It does not add up. It don't add up. Thank you, Luna. Thank you for that firework. She said, great content. Keep up the good work, darling. Thank you, my love. Thank you, sweet queen, for that firework, my baby. And thank you, Luna, again. She said, just showing love. I appreciate you, ladies. Thank y'all for supporting me. It don't add up, y'all. Like, we got to use common sense. What they saying, the things that they're saying that Karmelo was saying in the moments of this distress, it does not add up with his character of what people that know him are now speaking out saying about him, and it don't add up with the video, period. It don't add up. We can't ignore what we actually seeing. Let's keep going. We got 271 in the building. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me if y'all don't mind. All right, let's go.
And when he didn't, which one I'm asking you, when he didn't lead, like when he said, punch him and see, what did your son do then? Did your son try to walk off and he came out of him and stuff? I don't know what happened. Do you want to know exactly what was said? I'll tell you. This is what he said. Told both my sons, y'all are bitches. I will handle up on both you bitches, right?
Look how he lying, y'all. Jeff want people. Now, mind y'all, this conversation was had before the trial. This conversation was had before the trial. Jeff told that man on the phone that Karmelo, who was literally confronted by 4 to 6 thick ass kids way bigger than him, Karmelo, who was seated the entire time. Everybody know, and you ain't even gotta have street sense to know, if a person is seated and you are standing over them, that's a sign of not wanting a problem. When you want to go toe to toe with somebody, you're gonna stand up. You're not gonna give them the advantage of one-upping you, especially multiple people, because it wasn't just him in Austin. We got to keep that in mind. He said he had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say that Karmelo said to both of his sons, I'll beat your ass. I'll beat both. I'm laughing, but it's not funny because this is the way he said it, y'all. He know damn well that boy did not say that to them big ass kids. Like, let's keep it a buck. He really wanted that man on the phone to believe that 135-pound boy at the time, 5'8", with two thick ass, over 6 foot, 200 and something pound boys, Karmelo was sitting down and told them, I'll beat both of your asses because you're both whatever. Okay, that's what he said. So, Andrea said lies. Austin first said, I'll beat your BA. And Karmelo's response was, once you don't touch me, we're cool. At the trial outside the courthouse, Karmelo supporters had a huge purple sign up. Yep. I remember it being stated. Somebody did testify and say that Austin told Karmelo, I'll beat your BA. And then they said, Karmelo said, if you don't touch me, we cool, but touch me and whatever. But like I said, I don't believe what they saying, y'all. It does not add up with the scenario. It don't add up. It would have been different if Karmelo was standing up. Then maybe I'll believe that he was going back and forth with them because he's still a teenage boy, right? But the fact that he stayed sitting down the entire time, I can't believe he about to tell two boys that's way bigger than him, I'll beat both of y'all right now, but never stood up. Like, it don't even make sense. All right, let's keep going. Let me see. Yes, thank y'all for the jewels. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the support in the chat. Let's go back a little bit, but we're gonna run this one again.
Told both my sons, y'all are bitches. I will handle up on both you bitches right now. Okay. So that verbatim from my other son who was sitting right there heard it. So the other one got up and went and grabbed him. That's when Austin stood up and turned around and said, you need to move. And the guy said, touch me and see what happens. So then he's like, no, you need to move. And then he said, punch me and see what happens. At this point, I don't know exactly what happened. Either Austin.
Oh, you just said you knew everything verbatim. Remember? He said his other son told him everything that happened. But notice how conveniently he didn't know what happened after Karmelo said, punch me and see what happened. Like, how convenient. So you know everything Karmelo said, allegedly, that was aggressive and provocative, but you don't know what happened after Karmelo said, punch me and see what happened. Oh, okay. Like, we gotta make it make sense, y'all. We like it sound good. Let's keep going. Once I finish it, I'm gonna play it without interruption.
Grabbed his backpack or he grabbed his arm. It ain't gonna sound wrong. It could have been handled differently. It wasn't handled.
Oh, it's starting over now. Okay. Notice that then he said he grabbed his backpack or his arm, but on that other interview, Jeff said he grabbed his backpack. Hunter also said he grabbed his backpack. And this is why, well, this is one of the reasons why I believe that Karmelo, if he did poke Austin, because it's too much now, y'all. At this point, it's too many different stories. Even with the whole trash can situation and it being two pokers on the bleachers. Like, I really believe that one of those kids, maybe Hunter, had the other poker, and Austin had Karmelo in a headlock, and they was trying to poke Karmelo, but Karmelo did a little sticky move, jab, like a little 1-2 to get up out of that thing. Because notice from their spliced up video, you can see where Karmelo is at the top of the canopy, and they still swinging arms down there. They still swinging. I think they didn't even realize he was gone. Because notice, he had time to look to both sides and then run before they even realized he was out of that thing. That's how much they had him surrounded. That's how much they had him surrounded. They didn't even realize he had been got up out of there. That's why they don't want to show the real video without all the blurring. Okay? That's why they don't want to show it, because they know it shows something completely different. Now let's play the whole thing with what Jeff is lying about, allegedly. Okay?
It ain't no self, please. For 1 second. Okay. They both were in the wrong. It could have been handled differently. It wasn't handled properly. So, my son, I'm not saying he was sick. He was a good papa. Man, can I ask you something, please? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Honest with you, please. Because I want to make sure I appreciate you sharing it with me. Shut up, Cat. Just be honest. Did he have to make the boy say anything to the boy? I just wish he never said nothing. I'm just being honest. Hindsight's 2020. We all wish it was handled differently. Yes, I agree. Trust me, my son would still be alive if it was handled differently. Thank you for being honest. Yeah, because it didn't make sense to me. Even if he didn't, once he said, touch me, I would have left it alone right there. When you went before, I'm going to touch you and show you, I hope that's not what happened. But if he did say, that's exactly what he said. Touch me and see what happens. Okay, and then when you touch him, right, he said this. He said this right afterwards.
I gotta say this, y'all, because somebody said in the comments, I gotta say this. Even a witness, if y'all notice, he's even stripping the profanity from his sons, right? But a witness even testified that Austin was cussing right back with Karmelo. So to make it seem like Karmelo was just this provocateur who was using profanity and cussing them out, and no. Shout out to the person who said that Austin was the first one to say, I'll move your, or I'll beat your BA, or I'll move your BA. But because a witness did testify that Austin was, he was cussing like a sailor out there. Okay? So yeah, the dad even stripping him of that.
I wish your son, when he made that statement, I would have left it alone. Now that's why they saying, but then he moved his backpack. I said, I'll tell you more. Okay. He moved his backpack. He said, punch me and see what happens. So, to me, sir, I'm sorry, it's going to come out in court. That's provocation. That's inciting. I'm sorry. I'm not winning. They're going to present this in a legal. Oh, he told your son to ramification. He told your son to punch, like provoke him to punch me and say. Yes. He said, go ahead. After he said, touch me, see what happens. He said, punch me then and see what happens. He didn't punch him. But I'm telling you, attorney, I know what's going to happen. Okay, so I know both sides. I know what both sides are going to say. And see what happened. Did your son walk off? What happened? No, but let me ask you, this is also, when he was asked to move, since he was in the wrong place, why didn't he get up and leave? I agree. I would have just got him left. But I'm saying when he didn't, that's what I'm asking you, when he didn't leave, like when he said punch me and see, your son do then? Did your son try to walk off and he came after him and stuff? I don't know what happened. Do you want to know exactly what was said? I'll tell you. This is what he said. Told both my sons, y'all are bitches. I will handle up on both you bitches right now. Okay. So that verbatim from my other son who was sitting right there heard it. So the other one got up and went and grabbed him. That's when Austin stood up and turned around and said, you need to move. And the guy said, touch me and see what happens. So then he's like, no, you need to move. And then he said, punch me and see what happens. At this point, I don't know exactly what happened. Either Austin grabbed his backpack or he grabbed his arm. It ain't gonna sound, please, for 1 second.
Imagine that. Imagine you know everything Karmelo did to provoke them, but you don't know what Austin did after Karmelo allegedly said, punch me and see what happens. But your son telling you the story, right? Because he was front and center. That, y'all, this is, child, let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me send this to my email. And then we're going to see what else they got. Because that lady got some stuff. On my last live, I let y'all hear that one of the very first witnesses. Y'all remember that very first witness, that black man. Two of his daughters was in attendance at that track meeting. They was under the canopy. I don't know if it was under that canopy or another one, but they was there. And the man literally said that they ran up on Karmelo and they jumped him. He said that. That man said that, but how convenient, his testimony wasn't used, right? And I'm pretty sure he tried to testify too, because they pick and chose. It's plenty of people that came out. Mind you, that place was thick with people. That track meet was thick with people, y'all. But it was even stated that multiple people who went to testify, they said they was going to call them and they never got a call back. How convenient. So we going to only use the kids that's testifying in Austin's favor, but we ain't going to use none of the people that's speaking up for Karmelo, that's saying he was jumped. Remember, I even showed y'all where the prosecution strong-armed a defense witness out of his testimony, telling him he didn't see what he said he saw. Because that witness said that Karmelo was surrounded before the poking. They didn't want that narrative in court. They didn't want that narrative. This is the one that I showed y'all on my last live, that prosecution showed a video in court to the jury showing which way this witness' head was turned. How were they able to show a video that clear, straight up to the tent, straight to the canopy, y'all, of this witness' head being turned, but they couldn't show us what happened exactly under that tent without zooming all the way in and pixelating and blurring and splicing it up? That alone in the transcript lets you know that they very well had a clear video. Matter of fact, it's clear as all the other ones. And I'm going to show y'all. Let me show y'all that first. And then I'm going to show y'all that picture. Let me show y'all how clear every angle was. Let's take Jeff down for a second. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all every angle. I got to go to the other page. Trolls. Shout out to Trolls over there on Facebook. He be doing his big one, okay? He be doing his big one, baby. All right. I'm about to show y'all this. Let me share the screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Shout out to his source. I don't know who his source is, y'all, but he been getting some tea, okay? He literally, look at this. Let me pause it. Now, this is one of the camera angles. He said Karmelo being detained, handcuffed, and escorted by 3 officers after the alleged incident. Y'all see how everything clear on these 2 cameras. Somebody tell Collin County stop playing. I'm coming for everything. Now, even with it raining, You can literally see, look, y'all, look how clear this is. Watch. Just watch it. It don't have no sound. Just watch the video. Look how clear. You see Memorial Tent, that yellow canopy in the back? Yeah. That's the canopy where everything happened. Look how clear it is. And that's a side angle. Look how clear. I'm going to show y'all another one. Hold on. Hey, Talisa, same to you, my love. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. We got 261 in the building, y'all. Please hit that like button. Thank you, Miss Judy. Thank you for that gift, that mic drop. I appreciate you, my love. Y'all see how clear? All right, let me show y'all something else. Hold on. That's just one angle. Let's go to another one. He said Frisco Independent School District provided 5 camera angles from Q Kendall Stadium where the tragic incident occurred pertaining to Karmelo Anthony case. Confirmed. Weather rests. We need them all. Now, let's see. It's a couple angles. Here he says Hunter confirmed plus Mason allegedly is seen as clear as day making their way to the tent. As the rain gets harder, they both run to the tent where Austin is present and the altercation with Karmelo Anthony begins. But the camera footage that's right by the tent itself is the one the Attorney General is protecting with the seal, lock, and key. As you can tell, all this footage is very clear. Hunter and company is very visible. Now look at this one, y'all. That's Hunter, and that's allegedly Mason, the one who made the call. Y'all see him? See, back here, that yellow, that's the canopy, the memorial canopy. You can still see Hunter walking. Now he running, him and Mason, they running. Austin is already at the canopy. Remember, when they was walking through that side gate, Austin was ahead. Him and 2 or 3 other guys was ahead. And then Hunter and this other guy came in after, a couple seconds after. You can still see them going over there. You can still see them headed to the canopy. Side angle. Look how clear, y'all. Even with the rain falling. Now, let me show y'all another one. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So he then said, shout out to a big polo baby. Shout out to Trolls. He said, Austin and Hunter did not arrive at the tent at the same time. We know that because if y'all remember the angle that they provided, that side angle when they was coming through that gate, you can see where Austin and I think 2 or 3 other boys, thick ass kids, came in first, walking very, very briskly, meaning fast. Okay, they was, what's the word for damn near jogging. Okay, and then a couple seconds later, you see Hunter and who's presumed to be Mason allegedly walking right after. And then they walking fast to try to catch up. You can tell they had something on their mind, baby. They was about that action. They was ready to go. You can tell by how they was walking that somebody called them to go over there for Karmelo. Karmelo was already there. He was already there. You don't walk with that type of pace as if, shout out to Driving Miss Daisy, as if it's predator versus prey. You're not walking with that type of pace if you're not going to confront something. You don't move like that. If it wasn't nothing going on, why was they moving so fast? And you can see they going directly to something. Why was they moving so fast? You can even see from the spliced up video that Austin went towards the left, my left of the canopy, and then Hunter went straight up that thing to Karmelo. Hunter was the first one to confront Karmelo, and that came from his own mouth too. Okay? It wasn't no, oh, he was sitting down and then Karmelo came behind and started talking shit. That didn't happen. Even from their video, that didn't happen. Show me the part. Show me the part where, because I didn't watch the video too many times. Show me the part where those twins were sitting down and then Karmelo showed up behind them talking shit. No, that did not happen. So he said Austin and Hunter did not arrive at the tent at the same time. Austin plus allegedly Mason made it there after the rain started pouring down a little harder after passing the first tent. The video I'm about to post, that's the one I just showed y'all, showed this movement crystal clear. This stadium have cameras on every corner. And this just confirms more reasons why they're keeping that key footage sealed. You literally can see the actual tent in the incident, the actual tent the incident took place in the background, but that's it from this camera angle. Okay? Hold on. I thought he had another one with all. Let me see. Hold up, y'all.
10:02 a.m.
Oh, hold up. That's that 911 call. But he had another one. Here you go. So here, right here, y'all, he said all cameras on the entire stadium and surrounding areas were operating correctly. Not one camera projected blur footage or didn't have the ability to see directly what took place under that tent with Carmelo Anthony. They keeping the footage sealed because they know the real truth about what went down. Look at it. 4 different camera angles, y'all. Look how clear. You got one here. Look how clear that is. Look, that don't make no sense. Let's go to the next one. You got one here. This is actually the camera angle where you can see them kids walking real fast to get to that canopy. You got one here, and these are all different cameras. All different camera angles, y'all. And then you got one here. Look how clear. Okay, imagine y'all. The distance of this building back here on the left. Look all the way to the left, right? Look at how clear and how far away that is. The distance is literally different when it's a camera versus actually being there. If you can see that building that clearly from this distance, imagine what we could see under that canopy without them even having to zoom in. Without them even having to zoom in. Look at that car all the way in the back on the left. The furthest car from the, down here, y'all. Look all the way in the back on the left by them trees and them buildings behind the trees. Look at how clear that is. Ain't no way in hell they didn't get a clear view up under it. Well, we know they did because multiple witnesses said they did. Multiple Frisco ISD viewers said they did. Okay? They all said they did. And I want to show y'all how even the news is playing on people's top. Oh, I think I took it down. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me take him off of here. Let me go back to this other girl. Hold up, y'all. Let me see something real quick. Let me see what else she got on her page. At first, it was girls who said something to Karmelo. First, not Austin, a student named PJ tells interviewer. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what else she got. She got a lot of stuff on here. He say he didn't know. Let's play this real quick. Can y'all hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear that audio, even with it not being on my screen. Put a 1 in the chat. I just need 1 or 2 people to put a 1 in the chat if y'all just heard that audio. Can y'all hear it? Somebody put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard that audio I just played. Before I continue, because I want to find something else, I'm gonna let that audio play while I found y'all didn't hear it. Okay, let me share it then. It's not playing right now. It was just playing. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. So this video says another 911 call released where kid says he didn't know who stabbed Austin. So I'm gonna play that real quick because I want to pull up something for y'all. So y'all just listen to that.
I need paramedics at Kirkendall Stadium right away.
Okay, what's going on?
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
He was stabbed?
Yes.
Okay, where's the person who stabbed him?
I don't know.
Okay, where in the stadium is he?
We are on the visitor side bleachers. We have Army veteran that's trying to keep compression on the wound.
Okay. Are you with him now?
He is laying here.
How old is he?
Starting to go unconscious.
How old is he?
High school age, so maybe 15, 16, 17.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, he's going unconscious.
Okay. Is he breathing?
Not right now.
Breathing.
No, he's not.
He's not breathing at all?
No.
Okay. Where was he stabbed at?
In his chest.
Okay. I've got some coming, okay? Stay on the phone with me, all right?
Okay.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Okay. I'm here.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Stay with me, Austin. Come on, come on. Come on.
I'm going to keep you with me, okay, until they're with you. Is he breathing still?
He's trying, yeah. We're doing compressions and giving him mouth to mouth.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, they're doing CPR on him.
Fight through.
Okay, just keep going, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The medics are coming as fast as they can. Just keep me updated, okay?
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Fight through, baby. Fight through, Austin. Come on. Oh, you're doing good, Austin.
All right,
You're doing good.
CPR.
I need paramedics at Kirkendall Stadium right away.
Okay, what's going on?
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
He was stabbed?
Yes.
Okay, where's the person who stabbed him?
I don't know.
Okay, where in the stadium is he?
We are on the visitor side bleachers. We have Army veteran that's trying to keep compression on the wound.
Okay. Are you with him now?
He is laying here.
How old is he?
Starting to go unconscious.
How old is he?
High school age, so maybe 15, 16, 17.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, he's going unconscious.
Okay. Is he breathing?
Not right now.
Breathing.
No, he's not.
He's not breathing at all?
No.
Okay. Where was he stabbed at?
In his chest.
Okay. I've got some coming, okay? Stay on the phone with me, all right?
Okay.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Okay. I'm here.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Stay with me, Austin. Come on.
I'm going to keep you with me, okay, until they're with you. Is he breathing still?
He's trying, yeah. We're doing compressions and giving him mouth to mouth.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, they're doing CPR on him.
Fight through.
Okay, just keep going, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The medics are coming as fast as they can. Just keep me updated, okay?
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Fight through, baby. Fight through, Austin. Come on. Oh, you're doing good, Austin.
All right,
You're doing good.
CPR.
I need paramedics at Kirkendall Stadium right away.
Okay, what's going on?
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
Okay, y'all, hold on. I was trying to get these screenshots. That's why I let that play. I want to show y'all something. Hold up. Frisco. Okay, this is the first one. 1, 3, 4, 5. All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. E- All right. So first, I'm gonna show y'all. Take this down. First, I'm going to show y'all. Let me see. Let me put. Why did it log me out my email again? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Let me log in. Okay. Yep. Skip to my loo. All right. Let's go to the mail. All right. Let me show y'all this first. Screen. All right. Can y'all see that good? Let me make it bigger. I probably can make it even bigger. All right. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me pull this other stuff up. Y'all look at that image. That is the image I told y'all that uh, um a video editor shared that. They was able to clear it up, even though because of what they use, because of what the prosecution's video editor used to distort it. Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh, I got all of them. I probably didn't pull up multiple. Okay, so a video editor. Shout out to Lakeisha Keisha because she showed this on her last live, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take this down. And it was a video editor that was able to, do it, work their magic and do a little 1-2, even though, as y'all can see, faces are distorted. And the reason why they're distorted is because the video editor that was used in trial by the prosecution, they testified that they used some type of blurring effects or something to bleep out or blur out the faces of the minors, right? So that's why the faces are distorted. But because everything wasn't distorted, they were able to clean it up basically. Even, without the faces being shown, they distorted, they were able to clean it up. You can see where Karmelo is in a headlock here. Look at it. If you look, I wish y'all could see. I still gotta figure out how to activate my mouse cursor so y'all can see it on the screen. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out later. But as y'all can see, Karmelo is seated. He's in gray. He had that gray essentials fear of God hoodie on, right? You can see where he's in a headlock. The person is behind him and has him in a headlock. He is surrounded by multiple kids. Okay, let me go up a little bit. Wait, it ain't too much down here, but you can clearly see that he is surrounded by multiple kids. You can't see on this side, but it was multiple kids that were surrounding Karmelo. And the crazy thing is, too, y'all, if y'all remember, Karmelo's defense attorney said in court that it was at least 20 people up under that canopy. So prosecution had their video editor, allegedly, because I wasn't there, edit out a good bit of the people that was up under that canopy. Okay? They edited out a good bit of people because defense said it was about 20 people up under that thing. So it was a packed house. It was a packed house, baby. This is at least 3 or 4 boys just right here on the left side. On the left side of the screen, by this pole right here, this is at least 3 or 4 boys. Don't pay attention to the distortion. Well, you can count the distortion as a face, right? But this is at least 3 or 4 boys just right here, y'all. And that's not counting the boys that was on this side. Because it was boys on this side of Karmelo too. That's why if y'all look at their jacked up, spliced up video, you can't even see Karmelo till he up out of that thing. Because he was surrounded. Remember, Karmelo was sitting down the entire time. Everybody was standing up over him. They were standing up over him. He was seated the entire time. That's why you can't see him in their spliced up video. But shout out to the editor that was able to kind of clear it up a little bit. This is what they hiding, y'all. This is what they don't want y'all to see. Okay? This is what they don't want. They don't want people to see the headlock. Because this right here alone, with all them boys surrounded, I don't give a damn if nobody else is swinging on him. It's the intimidation factor. All of these boys are connected to Austin. That alone is scary because I don't know if his homeboy is going to jump in. Why they all standing up over me? According to Texas law, you don't have to wait to be attacked either, even though he was attacked. We know that. It was in the proof is in the pudding in that mug shot. But he didn't have to wait to be attacked, y'all. He didn't have to wait because that's why they fought so hard to paint narratives that wasn't of self-defense. Like, oh, Karmelo was the provocateur. He was saying things like, touch me and see what happened. Punch me and see what happened. I'll beat both of you. Your BASs and all. Child, that baby wasn't saying that. That baby was scared for his life. He was surrounded. And I believe he initially couldn't get out until they started throwing hands. When Ish got out of control and they all started throwing hands, Karmelo was fast enough to get up out of there. Hence why in their video, you can see where Karmelo is at the top of the canopy and them thick ass kids still swinging. And Karmelo was out of there. And that's what's making me think that one of them other kids poked Austin. Because none of their statements are clear surrounding the actual poking. You got some saying they didn't see it. You got some saying it was after, he had after Austin went in to push Karmelo. Like all of these stories are inconsistent around the poking. And that's very telling in my opinion, y'all. That part is very, very telling because I don't believe any of them actually seen the poking happen. And I also believe, because two things could be true at once, if they did see it, that's the reason why they not telling, because it wasn't Karmelo. Okay? So I think those two things could be true at once. None of them actually seen if Karmelo was to do it, because what's even more so mind-boggling is the fact that that poker that Karmelo allegedly had, it was not even open all the way. So how do we get a wound the size of the blade's length without the blade being fully extended to cause that wound? That's what's questionable, y'all. That's another thing that's questionable. Think about it. And I even read some of the Emmy's testimony. How do we get that type of damage? That type of damage, right? Because it was testified that by the ME that his part of his bones was poked and the something cartilage around his heart or something like that. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it was severe, right? And to get to that point, it makes you wonder, because if his poker, because how they found Karmelo's alleged poker is how it was. Karmelo didn't have time. If we going off of what they said, right? According to them, when Karmelo was up there, when he made his way to the top, getting ready to flight, he had to have thrown the poker down. If you notice in their video, he wasn't playing with nothing in his hand. At what point did he have time to close that poker up like that? So it had to have been like that already. So that's why it's like, damn, how could the poker that they presented to us, both of those pokers were damn near closed, at least 2/3 closed, right? And that's the type of pokers that lock in position. Shout out to Dwayne because Dwayne said it had to have been broken. That's what he said because it wasn't locked in position the way it was. It had to have been broken. But they literally is giving a tamper with evidence because how the hell was both of those pokers in the exact same position on the bleachers? What are the odds? What are the odds, y'all? What are the odds of them having two of the same type of pokers, just different color, both 2/3 closed on the same bleachers? Who was the other one for? Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is talking about who was that other poker for. Fingerprints were not taken. Y'all, child, listen. I just know the Dream Team 2.0 is having a field day with what they're gathering. Because y'all think we got something out here on social media, and look what we got to work with. They did it, they made it a business to be very non-transparent with this case. But guess what? They can't do that with that appeal team. They got to hand over everything. And that ain't even including the investigation the appeal team is doing on their own body. At their own, you know what? Okay? That ain't even counting that. They doing their own investigation because that's what they do. That's just outside of them having to turn over everything. Because what they can't do, they can't hide that transcript from the appeals team. They have legally, they gotta turn that thing over. They didn't already requested everything. And some of the stuff was already turned over from my understanding, right? Evidence. I'm pretty sure the transcript, because that's the first thing they start digging through to see if his rights were violated within the trial of it, just off of them filing for or submitting a motion to file for a new trial. That alone let me know they already got that transcript, baby. They done already unasked it. Because how would they file a motion for a new trial without the transcript to see what actually happened in the trial? Like, we got to make it make sense. So that told me they already got their hands on their transcript and they done seen some things. Oh yeah, they keeping that transcript on lock and key, baby, from the public, because if we able to dissect this thing with the lack of transparency that is displayed, imagine what we can do with everything. Imagine. We was able to see through their BS manipulation, spliced up, edited video. We was able to see through the BS and still pinpoint Karmelo's innocence. And so that's why it's like, what the hell did the jury see? What did they see, child? Because remember, y'all, according to boots on the ground that was in court for the trial, it was stated that prosecution showed the public that was in court a video and then showed the jury something different. The jury was able to see something. Remember, I seen videos of people that were boots on the ground that said they showed them some type of video on the screens, and then when they got to the jury, they cut their screens off so they couldn't see what the jury was seeing. I wonder why. You got to keep in mind, jurors are not legal experts. They're just regular civilians. Of course, they, professionals or whatever field they in, but they're not legal experts. They are regular civilians. The community supposed to be jury of your peers. For the ones that say, oh, he didn't have to have a black. First of all, the Batson challenge exists for a reason. And secondly, not one of them damn old ass people was a peer. Even if you take race out of it. Karmelo was 17 when it happened. They didn't have no peers on the jury. period. Even if you remove a black, race, he didn't have a peer on the jury. Not one of those old ass people on that jury could relate to a 17-year-old black kid's mindset. Hence why they choose people of your peers. So, Austin was standing to our left, Melo's right. So I don't know who had him in a headlock. I don't know, y'all. They said Austin. They said Austin had him in a headlock. So, and it's even hard to really even know who was standing where because I don't believe none of this shit, y'all. I don't believe nothing of what they're saying. I'm just basically speaking hypothetically. I want to hear from Karmelo because I believe he'll be honest in his statement. Even when he was on that body cam saying, hold on, he put his hands on me. I know I'm not guilty. He wasn't lying about that. That baby wasn't lying about that. And when he said, I know how this goes, I'm not alleged, I didn't, because he didn't say I did. You got people out here running with that narrative because the quote unquote police said that. Of course they said that. They ass in on it too. Of course they said that. Because a police officer who is a good, genuine for the people, regardless of race, police officer wouldn't have allowed a 17-year-old to keep or to even incriminate himself. They wouldn't have allowed that. You can tell that police officer wasn't for Karmelo just off of how many times he searched him. The boy was in handcuffs. He was in handcuffs. That's a clear indicator of fear. You scared of a 17-year-old boy in handcuffs that you didn't cuff and already searched. He was so scared and, in my opinion, racially profiling, he didn't believe his own search procedure because he had to search Karmelo at least 3 to 5 times. To the point where Karmelo is literally sitting on the ground telling the officer, I don't have nothing on me, not even my phone. And let's get to the phone, shall we? Because it's a lot of talk about that phone, baby. Thank you, Luna. She said 4 to 6 inches to reach the heart. He wasn't skinny. Okay, so shout out to you for that. If that blade wasn't fully extended and the blade itself was only 3.5 inches, y'all. The poker in its entirety was 5 inches. The blade was 3.5. And how they found it is how it was. That's how it was. How the hell was that type of damage done without some type of extreme pressure from the aggressor? And Karmelo is not the aggressor. So let's just dead that because he was sitting down the entire time. He was sitting down the entire time. And the ME even testified Austin didn't have any defense wounds, right? Didn't have any defense wounds. So that's also major in this situation. But, the defense, would they ineffective assistance of counsel, they didn't weigh in on that. And they should have. Because that alone, if they would have drilled that ME, that could have helped Karmelo's case even more. Even more. Oh, child. So, thank you, my love. Thank you for that firework. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for that firework, my love. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hitting that like button and please support my goal if you can. All right. So, it was something else I wanted to. What was I saying I was going to show y'all next, y'all? I got thrown off. Hold on. Let me see. It might be in the comments. Plus the poker they show us. Yep, that's what I was just saying, Red B. The poker was 2/3 closed. It was 2/3 closed. Both pokers, matter of fact. They submitted 2 pokers to evidence. Nobody is talking about that poker, the other one, right? Nobody talking about that. They was almost closed. But it was something somebody said that I was just about to talk about. Um, damn, what was that comment? One of y'all said something and I was just about to weigh in on it. The medical examiner said that the wound was 2 inches deep and the knife blade was 3.5. I thought it was 2 inches long. I thought that the wound was 2 inches long. I could be wrong, but I thought they said 2 inches long, right? It wasn't even locked in place. It wasn't. It wasn't. But you can still tell that it had to have been pressure from the other person because Carmelo was in a seated position, y'all. He was sitting down the entire time. Multiple people testified he never stood up. He never stood up. That's damn near impossible to cause that type of damage from a seated position unless that person laying on the ground in front of you and you can apply pressure like that. But we all know Austin wasn't laying down on the ground in front of Carmelo. Okay, we all know that. Oh, the phone situation. That's what I wanted to weigh in on. Shout out to, I think I was the one brought it up. But if y'all remember, um, in the body cam, I just told y'all about that. And I showed y'all that body cam video a while ago. Well, in a couple lives ago. In the body cam, when Officer Eduardo Cortez is searching Carmelo for the third to fifth time, when Carmelo is sitting on the ground in handcuffs in front of that fence, in front of that privacy fence, he said, I'm gonna search you again, bud, or something like that. And Carmelo says, that's fine. I don't have nothing on me, not even my phone. Right? Let me let y'all hear something. Shout out to OB, which is open book. Make sure y'all check her out as well. Let me play. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna pull up her video that she did. I think it was a short, real quick. Hold on. Let's pull it up. Let me put my earphones on. Shout out to OB again. I hope she don't mind me playing her a short of the parents speaking. Hold on, y'all. Oh, she live right now. Okay, let me I'm gonna have to catch her live too. Thank you, Miss V. Thank you for that firework, my love. I'm gonna put you on the screen. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I thought it was a short she did. Let me see y'all. Oh, here you go. Okay. Oh, why is that playing? I don't know where that came from. That must have been an ad or something. Okay. My bad, y'all. I hope y'all didn't hear that because you always come correct. Thank you, my love. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you. Okay, let me pull this up. And this is from OB's channel, Open Book. Make sure y'all check her out. She got some really good commentary as well. All right, let's see. I wonder if I can I don't think I can make it no bigger.
Email.
All right. So, damn, I wish I could have made it. Oh, I can. Hold on, y'all. There we go. So what
The email.
where is that coming from?
The email.
Y'all, I don't know why that's playing. Hold on. I don't know why that keep playing. I don't know if that's an ad or what. Let me try to get that together. Hold on, y'all. Cause I don't know. Hold up 1 second. Hold on, hold on. Thank you, Miss V. Thank you again, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, let me fix this, y'all, because I don't I don't know why it's doing that. Um, maybe it's an ad. Let's see. Let's try to share it again. But like I said, if y'all remember on that body cam, okay, good. All right, let me open it up. Where's that little thing to make it bigger?
Emails.
Here you go. Okay, so if y'all remember on the body cam, when like I said, when Karmelo was getting searched, he told the officer, I don't have nothing on me, not even my phone. And if y'all remember, I kind of weighed in on that a while on one of my other lives because I've been seeing screenshots and receipts from people from 2025 that was literally saying that those boys also destroyed Carmelo's phone. Okay. And the mama is going to pretty much validate what I've been saying. Listen to what the mom says about Carmelo's phone here. Now, mind you, I said from the beginning, I said, it's no way a teenager was dropped off to uh a school event and didn't have his phone to call his mama when it's time to come pick him up. Ain't no way in hell. No teenager leaves their phone. Their parent ain't gonna even let them leave their phone. And Kayla's about to validate that. So this, in my opinion, lets us know they destroyed his phone. Okay? Because Carmelo's phone wasn't submitted into evidence. They destroyed that baby's phone. Listen, y'all.
Saying that there was an incident, no phone call.
Hold on. Oh, and another thing too. Didn't I tell y'all? Nobody notified this lady of what happened. She found out from an email. A email, y'all. Her minor child was in jail and nobody thought to let her know. Somebody emailed her. She had, let me let her talk.
Email saying that there was an incident, no phone call, no anything.
You know how
my instinct was because Karmelo, he's the type of child to let me know everything that's going on. And it wasn't like him to not call me and tell me what was going on. So when I received the email, we have Life 360. So I went into Life 360. I'm like, wait, they said the buses made it back to the school, but Karmelo location is still stating that he's at the stadium. Like, what's going on?
Let me stop there. Shout out to Life 360 because I got that with my kids too, baby. We do not play. My whole family got it, okay? That is a lifesaver. If she wouldn't have had Life 360, plus somebody, whoever the person was that emailed her, shout out to them. That lady wouldn't have known what the hell was going. Well, she didn't know, period. You would think that officers would at least have compassion to allow a minor to contact their parents. They didn't let Karmelo contact his parent. They didn't give him a phone call. She had somebody email her, and then she seen Life 360 because she said Karmelo never not lets her know what's going on with him. That's the type of child he is. And that's what made her go to the school. And she found out what happened. Nobody notified her. And that's sad. Because if my child is with you for a school function, Karmelo was participating in track that day. He was on the roster, y'all. If my child, once I drop my child off, or if it's whether they, in they got a football game, whether it's a basketball game, a track event, the coaches are responsible for the kids. Not even Karmelo's coach let this mama know what was going on with her son. And that's why I said if I was those Anthony's, baby, I would be suing all of the school district, Frisco ISD school district, everybody gonna get a piece of it. Because had the adults been adulting that day, this would have never happened. It's no way in hell this was even able or supposed to be able to take place. Period. It was too many grown-ups. Like, God. It was too many grown-ups out there, y'all, to where nobody couldn't go and run and go see what was going on up under that canopy to stop this from even transpiring. Too many onlookers being nosy. No kids, Not one child tried to holler and say, hey, they trying to fight him. They trying to, because before the poking even happened, the aggression was going on. The confrontation was going on. That's what's even sadder. Ain't no way in hell. This wasn't off on the side or behind the field house where no adults is present or nobody looking. That's not what this scenario was. They should have had at least one adult, if not more, because of what type of event it was that was under that canopy with these kids. At least one, or at least one nearby. This should have never happened, y'all. This should have never. Kids shouldn't be in this type of situation. A 17-year-old shouldn't be in prison for murder. These ain't no thugs. These ain't no little thugs on the streets. These are kids from good accredited high schools, good neighborhoods, even though I would call the other ones thugs more so than Karmelo. But this should have never happened. It should have never happened. And that's the saddest part about it. All of them knew what was going on. And nobody, even the other ones that was under there, you had Eddie recording the situation, then lying on the stand saying, oh, I was just pretending to record. No, he's lying. Shout out to the streets, because according to the streets, it's multiple people that seen the video just from Eddie. And they saying he still got it. Okay? Oh, baby, y'all, it's a lot finna come out with this situation. It's a whole lot finna come out. It's a whole lot. They can get ready. But the mom, back to what I was saying. They destroyed Karmelo's phone, y'all. They destroyed it. The mom said, this is how y'all know they destroyed his phone, and nobody's talking about that. The mom said when she checked, she says, not like Karmelo to not reach out to her. It's not like him. Her instincts told her to check Life 360. She checked Life 360. Somebody emailed her also. She didn't go to detail about that, but she checked Life 360 and she said Karmelo's phone was still at the stadium. Karmelo's phone wasn't submitted into evidence. It wasn't, because it would have been a part of the evidence. If y'all know, if you've seen the evidence that the courts didn't put out, Karmelo, they showed his book sack. They showed the hair pick he had in there. He had his phone charger. How ironic. He had an HEB receipt. He had some snacks. He had some crossword puzzles. What else? Something else. He had something else in there. But even somebody, remember the first witness that came out, that black dad who two of his daughters was there, the one that said he witnessed it and he said they did jump Karmelo. Karmelo was just defending himself. He said that when they ran up on Karmelo, Karmelo was scrolling on his phone. It makes sense. Why isn't nobody talking about Karmelo's phone? Why nobody talking about his phone? His mama said that his phone with Life 360 pinned at the stadium still. That's what alerted her to go to the stadium. Because she said Karmelo should have made it back to the school by that time. When she realized it was getting late, her instinct told her something was wrong to check Life 360. And his phone pinned at the stadium, and she went over there. And then from there, she went to the jail. So, where is his phone? Y'all remember that post I put up? Let me take this down. Y'all remember that post I put up from 2025 where that lady was talking about the situation? I think it was 2 weeks after it happened. It happened April 2nd. I want to say April 16th, 2025 is when she made the post. And she said that they smashed his phone. She said Austin punched him in the face and smashed his phone. That's what the streets was saying. and they took his backpack. Why was Eddie recording? Bump, oh, he was pretending. Nobody pretends to record, especially not damn kids. He only said that because he knows what that recording contains. He was recording because it was a bullying moment. It was an egotistical moment. It was I ain't gonna say that, superiority moment. It was all of those things. It was boys being boys. Let me show you out. Let's show the people how we can gang up on this boy and make him move because he don't belong here. Even though they had no rights to those bleachers. Hell, it wasn't even they owned Canopy. It was their school's Canopy. If we want to be technical. Don't y'all know the prosecution said if it was just about him being or getting out of the rain, why he didn't go under the bleachers? That's what the prosecution said. And shout out to Pink Panda over there on TikTok. Because she had put this out where the prosecution stated, well, if Austin fell on the poker, then charge him with manslaughter. That's how y'all know the prosecution had a weak ass case. That's how y'all know. Because they don't try to give an alternative. They wasn't even sure. They just wanted a conviction because it was a little black kid who was railroaded and pinpointed and plotted against, accused of unaliving a little white kid whose parents were plugged in, that know people, that know politics, all of that. Okay. And what was I saying? Yeah, no prosecutor is going to say, well, if y'all think that, because they knew, it sounded like, even without the transcript, it sounded like the defense had a good point when they were saying, because even the ME testified that Austin didn't have any defense wounds and that, they was kind of getting into the possibility of Austin pressure or Austin falling on the poker. They was getting into that. They was weighing in on that, on the potentials of Austin falling on the poker. So because of that, and because of the defense having to give their closing statement first, and then the prosecution follows up, because that's how it goes legally in Texas, right? The prosecution literally said, well, if y'all think it's a possibility that Austin fell on the poker, then charge him with manslaughter. No cap, y'all. That's what they said. It's in the paperwork. Mainstream media, their people, meaning the state's people, who was there, who was allowed to record the trial, they put that up. Their prosecution said, if to the jury, if y'all feel like Austin fell on the knife, then charge him with manslaughter. Where they do that at? Unless you're unsure about your case. Unless you're unsure about what really happened. Unless you know y'all done plotted some shit and y'all cannot let this boy get away with nothing. With nothing. And I rest my case, child. That's it for tonight because this is my second live. We've been on here 2 hours, y'all. I love y'all down. Thank y'all for rocking out with your girl. I will be back tomorrow with another one. Okay. Let me go do my little one too, my little research and see what I can find. But I will be back tomorrow with another one, y'all. Like I said, this is my second live for today. I'm finna be in these streets seeing what's going on, trying to gather some more receipts and stuff and what have you. Y'all stay safe in these YouTube streets because y'all know these YouTube streets ain't safe, baby. Thank y'all for all the support. Hope you enjoy the rest of y'all night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Yeah. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Bob, baby. Wipe them down, pop.
wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Loop pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Loop pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Loop pop, baby, wipe them down. Pop, wipe them down. Pop, wipe them down. Pop, Hill Park, baby, wipe them down. Pop, wipe them down. Pop, wipe them down. Pop, it's Loop Park, baby. She a Louisiana with truth on black. Loop pop, wipe them down. Receive so strong that the lies won't let. Loop pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Loop pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Loop pop, baby. Who got the truth? Loop pop. Who bring the proof? Loop pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got me? She OB. Loop pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Hill Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Loop Park, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Loop pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Loop pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Loop pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Loop pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Loop Park, baby. Shut it down.